Hey, my beautiful collective. Okay, so as promised, we're going to do a yoga session. It's my second one, so I hope you like this angle. I was trying to mess with it, right? We like the beautiful abode. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to grab my deck. Which deck should I choose? Where are my goddess cards? Okay. Interesting. All right, I guess angel numbers it is because I don't know where my goddess deck is. But I like that too. I'll come closer for the card session, and then I felt like I had to pull back a bit for the yoga session. I don't know, maybe I should move it forward. You tell me. Anyhow, so let's get going. We're knocking on the door to your spirit guides. What does my collective need to know for this beautiful yoga session? Ooh, cards are flying out already. This is like such a huge deck, so it's harder to shuffle this one. 857 is the first deck that fell. I'm not going to read all of those cards that fell because it was a chunk of them. But I love this. Look at 857 is creative flow. Wow. And it matches my outfit. You are ready. You're ready for this beautiful flow journey. Your angels are telling you that the creative flow of ideas is coming fast now. There is a lot being fed to you, and it's essential that you remember or absorb it all right now. Sit quietly in meditation, which is exactly what we're going to do, for a few minutes and write down anything that comes up. Okay, so that's a prompt. After we're done with this session, do a little separate meditation on your own. So I always leave you guys in Savasana at the end. I want you to stay longer, right? Let my video finish off. Stay longer in your meditation. After you get up, journal about it. What came up? What came to mind? What came to heart? What did you feel? What did you experience? Continue to write these things down throughout the day too. So any synchronicities that come in, I love that. 857, the numbers 8, 5, or 7 could be significant. 20 boils down to a 2 union. You're coming into union with yourself, you guys. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 201 patterns. So you see, we're creating these amazingly healthy patterns in our life, right? We're starting to get our bodies moving and grooving. We're getting our mindset healthier. We're starting to align into this better frequency. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Your angels well, I guess they're looking too. Your angels ask that you take a closer look at your patterns of behavior and consider how that they play a role in the bigger picture. What are the small things that you do in your daily life that create the bigger ripples in your world? This is huge. Write down one way in which you feel dissatisfied with life and reflect on how that example may show up as a pattern in other places of your life. All right, guys. Uno mas. Well, I looked at the bottom one. I just have to give this one to you too. Okay, wait, 201, and that's a 3. My life path number is a 3. I love 3s. They're super significant. It means creativity, communication. You're just all around in a happy, beautiful, positive energy that's creating amazing new patterns for you. 547. So the numbers 5, 4, or 7 could be significant for you. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 boils down to a 7. Ooh, lucky number 7. Authentically you. Speak your truth. Always. Your angels proclaim that the time has come to express something that you didn't feel comfortable expressing before to yourself and to others. This realization of self has been with you for a while now, and your angels are ready to create changes in your life to accommodate it. Reflect on what your future self would have to say to you at this moment. So, with that being said, let's get going. Oh, look for the signs. Synchronicities came up too. 279. All right, let's go. So, We're going to find a comfortable seated position anywhere in your house. Are you going to join Faye? Hello, baby girl. If you have any furry friends, they can also join. Take a seat, baby. So any comfortable seated position, should I pull it closer? I feel like I should pull a little bit closer. We'll see. Oh, rocky start to this yoga flow, you guys. All right, bear with me. I'll get the kinks out in our physical bodies and with this camera setting eventually, right? I just don't want it to be too far away. Okay, we got good light. We're good? Okay. Come on, baby girl. So you could be on your shins, you can be on your glutes. We're just going to come into a comfortable seated position to start with a little breath work. So I always say your palms can be up on the thighs or the knees. If you need to receive good energy in, right, you're feeling a little low on energy. If you have enough energy, but you need to practice harnessing it, right? Containing it in and utilizing it in healthier ways and sending it to particular parts of the body that need it the most, right? So we don't want to just release our energy to things that no longer serve us anymore. We're trying to harness that energy in and send it to the most important places throughout the body, mind and soul. So then you would place the palms down. She's going to get in my way all the entire flow. So I'm going to harness it in. I'm going to turn my palms down. She wants pets. Let's close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nostrils. And exhale, let it go from the mouth. Notice how the shoulders start to melt. Another deep breath in through the nostrils. And exhale out through the mouth, allowing the muscles to relax. We've got one more deep breath in. All the way to the top, bring it to the crown of the head. And then exhale, big sigh, let it out. All the way down to the bottom of the belly. Good. You can flutter those eyes open. Give me a few shoulder rolls back. Start to awaken the body. Right? Rolls in the wrist. Wiggles in the fingers. And then we take our child's pose. So if you were seated on the knees, we're going to have to cross out those ankles, right? Shift the weight forward onto the hands and the knees and find yourself in that same position I was on, the shins. We open the knees wide. You guys are in the way, but they're so cute. And then we find our first child's pose. So child's pose, we bring it back to the beginning, right? When we were children, when we went about life with such this innocent naivety of blind faith, right? So allow yourself to melt the belly, the chest, the chin, and the forehead. Start to ground into the earth, placing the forehead down, melting the shoulders in towards the floor. Maybe the elbows spread wider. Just find a few breaths here. Again, connecting back to Mother Earth. Connecting into that child's position. If the hips are lifting any, try to energetically send those hips and glutes back and down towards the heels. Engaging more into the shoulders and chest by really pressing the heart into the floor. You can even find a deeper stretch by sending those hands and arms stretching further out in front of you. On the next inhale, we're going to gently lift the chin and the chest. I always say teepee tenting your fingers so the palms lift. We're going to press off of the elbows, and then we walk those fingers over to the right hand side. Nice stretch in the left side body. And exhale, melting down into the head, shoulder, and rib cage. Another few breaths here. In yoga, we do the Ujjayi breath, which just means that we're taking the breath in and out through the nose. But if you need to release from the mouth, that is totally okay. Breathe naturally and normal for you. On the inhale, we teepee tent those fingers again. We're going to lift through the ribs and chest. We got everybody here. Coming back to center for a pause, and then continue to the opposite side. A nice long stretch to that right side body now. And then exhale, melting ribs, shoulders, head, and ear down. Another few breaths on this side. Seeing if you can keep pushing off the palms, sending the hips closer to the heels. And inhale back up, walking to center. One last moment here. We're going to set an intention. So I always say reground that third eye into the earth. Connect to what you want to feel. What do you want to experience? What are you asking the universe for? What are you trying to bring into your life? It could be one single word, a sentence, a mantra. What is your intention for this practice and for today? When it comes to mind, bring it from that third eye down into the heart space and then deep into the soul. And on the inhale, we walk those fingers back in closer to the body as the chest and head lift back up. Closing off the knees, bringing the thighs together. One more time, allow the arms to rest. You can roll out the shoulders. Reverse the direction or one at a time. Rolling the wrists and the fingers. Good. We're going to interlace those hands. Reverse and press the palms forward. On the inhale with straight arms, we reach all the way up towards the sky. Look up towards those hands. There's a bit of an arch in the spine. On the exhale, we're going to round and curl this position. Head down, chin into the chest. Nice stretch for the back. 2 more times on the inhale, we lift back up. Tail and chin are arching up. And then exhale, we want to round and curl. On the inhale, rounding up, chin and chest. Exhale, round and curl. One more, inhale all the way up. Let's take it to the right side. Chin and eye gaze can move up. And then inhale, arms move up. Exhale, opposite side. Just the chin and the eye gaze move up. And inhale, arms move up. Exhale, one more time, round and curl. And inhale, we lift back towards the sky. We're going to bend at the elbows, supporting the back of the head. So you're cradling with the fingertips. Open the elbows even wider. Open the heart, look up. And then exhale, we round and curl from this position, drawing the elbows in towards the knees. 2 more times for this. On the inhale, we lift. Tailbone is trying to lift. Heart is opening. And exhale, we round and curl. Tailbone tucks, chin tucks. One more set. Inhale. Up. Nice and wide are the elbows. Chin and chest lift. Tail is lifting. And then exhale, we round and curl. And back to center. Release, rolling the wrists back down towards your sides. Shake it out into shoulders again, the wrists. All right, a little toe stretch. I know that those legs are feeling it. Shift the weight forward into the hands. So we're going to tap out the toes. And then we tuck the toes under and we walk back in towards the knees and thighs. Okay, so there is some pressure here, a little bit of weight. Shoulders roll back, arms are going to lengthen down towards the earth, and then we're going to dip in towards the right hand. So you can just reach the fingertips. Maybe you can get the flat palm, but on the inhale, left palm is going to reach. Nice stretch through the rib cage. You can look up at those thumbs, or if you want to go deeper, we can reach overhead with that full length. And again, chin, gut, and eye gaze can reach up, or they can look down, but keep the elbow high. And inhale back to center. We reach down with the opposite fingers or flat palm, reaching up, right hand's lifting. You can stay here or take it deeper. Exhale overhead. Chin and eye gaze can stay up, or they can reach down, but elbow stays high. And inhale back to center. You've got one more. I know that those toes are screaming. Inhale, arms reach up. Fingers touch. Exhale, back bend. Tailbone and head are trying to touch behind you. Inhale up. Let's lift through the glutes. Untuck those toes, tap them out, and release as you take a seat back down. Good. We're going to do a tabletop position. So I'm going to rotate so you guys can see from here. We always want alignment with the knees under the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. We're going to rotate those fingertips back. Now you can do one palm at a time. Fingers face the kneecaps, or if you are comfortable here, you can go for both at the same time. Right? And then shift the weight forward and back. Get a nice stretch in the wrist here. It's okay if the palms peel up a bit. There we go. And then we're going to reverse that direction. So they flip forward again. This time they want to flip down. So palm is up, fingers face that knee. Again, you can do one at a time. Make some squeezing motions. Create a fist. I like to play with the fingertips. Tap each one to the thumb a few times. You can do this one palm at a time or both together. Keep the breath going. Never hold the breath. Play with the fingertips. Squeeze the fist. Again, maybe you want to try both together. And then we're going to dip down a few times. So elbows bend and straighten. Go for 3. And then release those fingers, roll it out, shake it, shake it. Okay. We're going to play. So tuck the toes here. That's going to just help keep the hips in alignment here. We're going to shift side to side. So if the toes start to peel off the ground, we've gone a little too far. Rocking the hips right to left. Now we can untuck to go deeper. You're going to shift all the way back, all the way forward. Maybe they can come closer to the floor. One more of those. It's all right if you want to send the hands a little further out in front, right? Okay, and dancing lions, we find that circular motion with the hips. We want to find the same range all the way forward, all the way back, and side to side with those hips. Feel the body crack and release any tension. It might happen in the hips or the knees, the elbows or the wrists. And reverse that direction when it feels right. I know my hips really feel this one. equal it out. So however many you did on one side, do that many on the other side. And if you didn't count, don't stress it. Just intuitively feel it. Rolling it forward and back again to reset. On all fours. You've got it. We're going to slide that left palm closer towards the center. So you're underneath the chin now. Right arm slides all the way up for a nice big reach. Get into the fingers, the wrists, both directions. Pulse it backwards a few times. Really open up. And then on the exhale, we're going to dive underneath the body. So straight arm dives down. We drop into the head, the ear, the shoulder. And then I want you to play with the hips here. I want you to shift them towards the right side. You can stay or play. Some people like to find a funky arm balance here. So as long as that left hand is grounded, you're pressing into the floor, you can extend this left leg back for a straight leg position. Maybe it lifts up. Some people like to get funky and bend it. You can even circle the hip wide and open for a kick out to the side. If you want to get really funky with the arm balance, that left hand no longer needs to be grounded on the floor. It can reach back and up to grab ankle or toes. Maybe you can play with lifting the right toes. When you're ready to release, let go of the foot. Hand comes back to the earth. And then we unravel, reaching back up to reset. Rolling wrist, elbow, shoulder. Okay. Now opposite side. Left arm slides all the way up. Reach, 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 reach. Rolling the wrist. Pulse it back a few times. And then exhale, diving down and under the body. Sliding through with the fingers, shoulder down, ear down, head is grounded. We play with the hips here. Shift them to the opposite side of where you're looking. That left hand can stay grounded, or I do suggest it stays grounded if you're going to go for the balanced leg first. So before we get to the or part, slide the right leg back. Toes can stay grounded, or it can hover and lift. Maybe you want to kick it all the way up. If you've got this part, and you can play with bending the knee or bending it wide and open for the extension, then we can play with elevating off of the hand. It reaches back and up to bend and catch the toes. Hand comes back, knee and toes come back. We unravel to reach it again, reset. Playing with the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. And back to earth. Okay. I'm going to move forward just slightly. We're going to play with some balance challenge here. So, wrists are under the shoulders. It's extend through the right leg. Nice big kick. Notice how everything's in alignment. Shoulder, hip, heel. And I don't want to be sinking into this. Press away from the floor. Engage through the abdominals. Left arm is going to reach out in front. Exhale, we bend elbow and knee, round and curl in. And extend. Inhale on the reaching. Exhale on the rounding and curling. One more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. One more extension. We should be open for this. Left arm reaches back. And then we bend to catch toes. If you've got them, we want to kick into that hand and foot connection. Look forward or back and up, your choice. And release. Opposite side. Right arm extends. Left leg extends. Lift up through the abdominal, shoulder, and leg. On the exhale, we're going to round and curl. Knee to nose. Extend. Exhale, round and curl. Keep that breathing going. Inhale, extend. And one more, exhale. And inhale, extend. Reach it up and back. We bend, catch. Now you can look forward, kicking into that hand and foot connection, or backing up to the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with control. There you go. Let's go wide with the knee position. Sit back. Give those shoulders a breather. Roll it, shake it, wiggle it. How are we feeling? All right, first down dog. So from the all four positions, toes tuck. You're just as wide as the hips with the feet. We spread the fingers wide and we're going to shift back into the hips. Now the glutes lift towards the ceiling. Let's walk it out. So that just means bending one knee at a time. Right, left, right, left. Keep that movement going. Our hamstrings are feeling this. Hello, Cyrus. They always love this one. Excuse you. Okay, so let's play with this one now. We're pressing back with the hips. We're setting the chest and the head down. We're going to elevate off of the right heel and kick it back and up. First one, keep the heel in alignment with the hip. We're pointing those toes downward, so it's in a flex foot position. And then point and flex. And find a circular motion with the ankle. We're going to squeeze it in, bend it, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward into more of a push-up position. And then back. Second set, we elevate through the heel. We're going to point the toes and open the hip. Notice the difference, how much extension I can get now. Let's play with the hip. We bend the knee, circle it out for 3, 2, 1, and reverse. Breath is steady. Knee to nose again. Back and up as high as you can get it this one. Now we step right foot through. As close as you can get it underneath the chin. We're going to press off so we no longer need the hands on the earth. And inhale, arms shoot up. They're parallel to one another, finding balance into our first crescent position. So lower down with the hips, front knees bent directly over that ankle, and then trying to zip up the back knee. You've got it. Sink lower if you can. Beautiful. Forward fold is a halfway fold here. You're still reaching, finding length. You can play with it, arms pull back. You can even get a deeper stretch by interlacing hands and stretching to extend the arms into the straight position. We release left palm down, right arm circles up. Breathe here. Right hand comes back down to frame the foot. That left leg is going to step up next to the right. Feet are together. Hands against the shins. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You got it. And then we're going to swan dive all the way up. So in this position, I'm going to lower here so you guys can see the hands. Straight arms, as straight as you can get them, and pull them back behind the ears. You're in a standing still. And then on the exhale, swan dive back down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands press in front of you. Find a plank. Plank position. From this perfect plank, we lower down if you need to adjust. Lower the knees to the earth. It's like a push-up, but then we're going to dive in for the chaturanga. So I push down. I dive through with the chest, elevating chin and heart lift. Legs are straight here. If you want more, you can always activate the feet off of the thighs, right? So the thighs are hovering. We're going to tuck those toes. Hips lift first, engaging the core. Back to that down dog. All right, second set. Left leg extends behind you. Remember, we want the heel in line with the hip. We're pressing down with the chest, trying to get the chin closer towards that right knee. Play with the toes, point and flex. Circle. Good. Round and curl, knee to nose. Shifting forward to that plank again. Backing up. Now we're going to point, lift through the heel, opening the hip, lifting through the foot more, and bending the knee. We find some circular rotations with that thigh. So knee circles down, you're opening the hip for 3. Oh, my hip popped. And reverse it. And then exhale, round and curl again. Knee to nose, shift the weight forward. Backing up as high as you can get it. Now we step through, look in between those hands. Place that foot up there. Finding your balance. Weight off the hands. Inhale, we reach. Arms are parallel. Sinking through the hips. Making sure that front knee is bent over the ankle and zipping up the back knee. Heel is elevated. See if you can get lower. Arms are back behind the ears. Breathing here. Halfway fold. You're reaching through. Find length from the hips to the fingers. Arms come back behind you. Maybe you want to go deeper. You can interlace here or extend for the straight arm position. Releasing right arm down. Left arm sweeps up and back for the nice twist. You're looking up at that thumb. Nice deep breath here. Circling down to meet the floor. Right foot's going to step up to meet the left. Feet are together. Fold. You got 2 of these. Inhale, halfway lift. Press against the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And swan dive it up. Remember the arm position straight here. Hands interlace. Point those pointer fingers all the way up. Arms pull behind the ears. And then exhale, swan dive back down. One more halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back to the plank. Perfect plank. If you need to drop the knees, drop the knees. Push up. Chaturanga through. You're sweeping the chest and chin in and up. Maybe thighs stay elevated. Toes tuck. Hips lift. Core is engaged. Back to the down dog. Walk it out if you need to. Hamstrings could still be tight. Hello, Cyrus. All right. One more, going to be a little faster. Right leg sweeps back and up. Step it through. We're going to dial that left foot, so the back foot behind you, into a 45-degree angle. So it's a flat foot, and then we press off the hands, elevating. Front knee is bent. Arms reach up. They're parallel. This is your warrior 1. Same as we did before. You can interlace behind the back. You're just in the upright position now. Or go for the extension. Straight arms slide down the back thigh. Exhale, humble warrior. We dip the chin and the chest down towards the inside of the knee. If you want more, extend fist up and overhead. Hello, Cyrus. Good. Hands release to the earth. Awkward twist. Same as before, only difference is that back foot is flat now. Right arm is up. We're going to cartwheel into our warrior 2. So right hand comes back down. Left foot moves to the 90-degree position, so it opens up a little wider. And left arm cartwheels open to warrior 2. So alignment check. Front knee is bent over the ankle. Back foot is in that 45-degree angle. Arms are straight and strong in alignment. Right? Look at both fingertips. Lower the hips. Knee is bent. Good. We're going to do 3 pumping warriors. So inhale up to straight leg position, palms touch. Exhale back down, warrior 2. 2 more. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We hold. We're going to exalt this. Left hand protects the back behind you. Right arm reaches up. It can stay straight above, or it can go deeper for the back bend. Then we're going to dip down with this right arm into the inner knee. You can always support yourself on that thigh, but keep the knee bent. Or it reaches down to the inner ankle. Left arm reaches up. Look at that top hand. If you want more, find length overhead. We cartwheel down to the floor. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Swan dive it up. Back bend here. Exhale, fold. One more, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back. Plank. Chaturanga through to upward facing. Exhale, back to down dog. You've got it. So that's the speed. Left leg kicks back and up. Step it through in between the hands. Now on this one, 45-degree angle with that back foot. It's flat now. Come up. Arms are parallel. Front knee is bent. Shifting the hips forward. They're squared. You've got it, guys. Exhale. We're going to take the arms behind the back. Interlace. Extend and stretch them down that back thigh. We humble the warrior, dipping chest and head down. Hands pull overhead. Stay in the foot position. Right hand releases to earth. Left arm stretches up in that cartwheel motion. Good. Left hand comes back to the earth. Back foot spins deeper into that 90-degree position. We cartwheel up with the arms. Warrior 2. So notice the back foot, it's in the 90. Notice the front knee, it's bent. Arms are long and strong, they're in alignment. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. 3 pumps. 1. Inhale on the lift, exhale on the lower. That's 2. And 1 more. Warrior 2. You've got it. Protect the back. Inhale, left arm lifts. You can go deeper for the back bend. Good. Left hand down to the thigh. You could support it, or it comes to the inner ankle. Right arm reaches up, or deeper for overhead. Yes, you guys. All right. We're here. Shift the weight forward. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and swan dive it up. Once the palms touch, back bend behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back for that plank. You can always lower knees. Chaturanga push-up to upward facing. And then downward facing. Right leg sweeps back and up. You're almost there. I'm going to give you a break. Right knee comes forward towards the right wrist. We're going to lower the shin down. Slide the left foot behind you for the pigeon pose. We're on the floor from here. So shake out the hips. I like to do a little rocking here. Good. I'll turn forward so you can see this shin position. So most of us, heel will be closer to the hip, and that's okay. If you're a little bit more flexy, find a parallel position. Rock the hips here. If you want to relax and get deeper into the hip and the groin, you can go low. Nice breathing techniques. Come back to that Ujjayi, in through the nose, out of the nose. Good. If you have any variations here, feel free to take them. So you can play with same arm to same foot. That means if the left leg is behind you, left arm reaches up and back for those toes. I'll rotate again so you can see. I can bend and catch and get a nice quad stretch. You can also rotate the elbow and hand to go deeper. Or play with a mermaid. Maybe the toes can get into the elbow ditch here. Or connect overhead. There we go. Release with control. Slide it back to the child's pose for a moment. Downward dog. Walk it out. Left leg backing up. Knee towards the wrist. Lay the shin down. Slide the back foot. You're on your opposite side now. Don't let me turning to the other side confuse you. So we rock the hips. If you're more flexible, then bring that heel forward. Find that perfectly parallel position with your mat. Usually we have a square mat. Or I should say rectangle. All right, so you can stay upward or you can lower down. Get a few breaths here for the hip. We're feeling this on the outside of the leg, possibly into the inner groin. If you have any variations, you can play with them. We bend the back leg, same arm to foot. Catch the foot, you can pull it in, or you go deeper for the rotation, heel to glute. If you can play with the balance, into the elbow ditch for mermaid, or overhead. Release with control. We slide it back to the child's pose. Good. Dropping into the hips. Find yourself into a seated position. We're going to straighten those legs out in front of you. So I like to pull the glutes back and up. Find a nice long spine. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do 2 more of these. Allow the head to stay down. Unravel the spine back up to seated. Like a ragdoll. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, forward fold. Ragdoll it up. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we fold. Good. Now on this one, we're going to get more active. Full fold. Pull at those feet, they're flexed. You can bounce it a little bit here. You can point and flex. Nice stretch for the toes. You can open wide and close them off. Nice for the hips. Good. And then we're going to go deeper. 2-finger peace toe grip. Okay, we're going to pull. This is going to feel like a lot on your lumbar spine on the back here. I'm going to turn so I show you. So glutes are back. Try to maintain a flat back here. A lot of times we round to get closer to the toes, but I want to see this position and exhale by bending at the elbows. That helps you get a deeper fold. But think chin towards those toes. A few more breaths. All right, and back up. We're going to bend right knee in towards the thigh. So we have this wide position. Let's rotate towards the long leg. On the exhale, we fold. We want to get the opposite hand to the outside of the foot. So I can pull here if I want more. I use my left hand to the floor for the twist. Think about getting the ear down towards the knee or shin. And then we're going to reverse it for the twist. So right hand behind the back, left hand to the knee. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, twist, looking back. The hand is already behind you for this next position, right? So I'm pressing into the fingers, or palm can be flat, up to you. I'm going to send my knee down, driving it into the earth, lifting my hips and pelvic bone up, and reaching overhead. And exhale, back down. All I want to do is switch out those legs. So I'm going to turn so you guys can see it from this next angle. Left knee in now. We twist the torso towards the long leg and exhale, fold. If you want to get the side twist, we grab opposite ankle or foot, whatever you can reach. Using that right hand to press on the floor to twist. Get the ear down closer to the leg. Good. Inhale up. We twist the arms and torso. Left hand behind the back, right hand to the knee. Find length first. Exhale, twist over shoulder. Good. You're already set up for the next position. You're pressing into that left hand. You're going to drive that knee down into the earth, lifting the pelvic bone, and then right arm reaches overhead. Trying to get a nice circle here to bring it back down to earth. Good. And then one more time, we extend it out. Point flex, bend it in. Not too close. Keep it a little further away from the body. Fingers are facing forward. We're going to press them down on either side of the hip. And on the inhale, we try to hover here. If the hover is doable, shift the weight forward. Nice wrist stretch. And then you can go deeper by lifting the pelvic bone up into a tabletop position. Drop the head. You're relaxing the neck. I guess it's zoomy time for my cats. And we release the hips back down to the earth. Now you can walk the heels in. Give it a squeeze. Give yourself a hug. And we find balance, pressing off the toes. See if the feet can hover. If they can hover, we're going to grab underneath the thighs. So this is a nice one for beginners. You can grab the calves or ankles or outer blade of the feet. We go for the extension. So you're here and you can work on extension. You could be here and work on extension. Or you can be here, more challenging. Work on extension. Okay? You got a few breaths there. Find your balance. I know you might rock them back and forth. That's okay. Play with it. Remember, we're being kids again. See if you can go wide here. You got a few breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes touch. Land the outer blades of the feet down, lifting through the chest. And we're going to find circular motions here. And reverse. And last one. Find length again. Now we run around and curl. Pull the spine back, drop the chin in the chest. If you can go deeper, you can release the feet and support the back of the neck by pulling the head and elbows down in it. And release, bringing it back up to seated. We're going to extend out. Arms reach up. One last forward fold. I'm sure we feel open from the first time that we did this. We're going to roll it back nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the chin to the chest until you come all the way to the lying down position. You got it, guys. So get comfortable. Sometimes you need to scooch and lengthen out the hips. And breathe. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Let it all go. 2 more of those. In through the nose. Nice deep sigh. 1 more in through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. 2 more postures here. Bend the knees. Feet are flat. And then we're going to open out the knees wide. Feet come together, right? You can bounce it out like butterflies. Or you can just relax into that. Letting the hips open on their own. And then exhale, we close it off. Feet come back to the flat position. Left leg is going to lengthen long. Right knee pulls in towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. You interlace over that kneecap. This could be enough for you. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want the twist, we hold on with the left hand. Right arm goes out to the side like a T, airplane wing. And then I'm going to pull, twisting that knee and thigh across the body, looking to the opposite side towards my long arm. I don't know if you heard that, but my back cracked. It's okay and totally normal and natural for your back to pop. That's releasing some tension in between those joints and vertebrae. We're promoting synovial fluid to flood in through each one of those little bones, creating some supple tissue growth. Oh, well, hello there, Cyrus. Nope, no cuddling right now. And then we roll the hips back to center. We're going to switch it out. Right leg long, left knee bends in. Give it a squeeze first. You can always relax to the feet or roll the ankles if they feel like they need it. Left arm out like an airplane wing. It's in that T position. We pull the thigh and knee across the body. You're looking opposite direction. You might experience that pop again. Try to surrender into the posture. Find the steady flow of the breath. And then we roll it back to center. Level off the hips so they're square, nice and equal before we lengthen both legs and arms by our sides. Recall that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Connect to how you feel in the body. We're much more limber. We've gained flexibility. And this could be a metaphor for our mental selves and in this physical world. We're able to adapt to situations more. We're able to be more flexible throughout them. We've opened up our heart space. We're willing to receive. Recognize that you are already 3 steps closer towards that intention that you set, towards achieving your goals, towards becoming the person that you wish to be. With a smile on your face and gratitude in your heart, place one hand over the heart space, one hand over the belly, connecting to that breath, that blood flow, our life force. Grateful for this present moment and for honoring yourself and moving your body and doing something out of the normal. Maybe you just stumbled upon my page and this is only the second time I've offered a yoga flow, so I'm grateful to have you bring your energy into this space with me. One more final breath together as a collective. In yoga, we say the light within me honors, sees, respects, and loves the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the flow. Get up nice and slow, or you are welcome to stay there into a longer meditation. Remember the prompt at the beginning of the class where we pulled some of those angel numbers and it told you to journal at the end of your session. So I hope you do that and you are closer towards all of your goals, towards creating these healthier patterns in your life and becoming authentically you. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed that little flow, almost an hour long of movement and meditation. Again, my name's Kat if you're new to this space, and this is my channel, Pure Premonitions, where we make more magic happen. All right, I'll see you guys next time.